but I was really nervous. I started crying. I was like, I don't think I can do this. Now I'm really confident with the basics. I can understand many technical terms, and I was able to solve like most of the questions in my test.
Bonjour, guys. Welcome back to my channel. So Shravya is here with me today after taking and passing her FE civil exam in August 2021. Now, Shravya got her master's degree in 2016 in geotechnical engineering, and she decided to take the FE exam because she knew it would help her with her next step, which is taking the PE. Now, Shravya took the FE exam 3 times before she passed it, and today she's going to tell us exactly how she did it. Shravya, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. So before we dive into time management, resources, all of that, I really want to know, like, what are the struggles that you faced while trying to pass the FE exam? Because before we started the interview, you told me that you failed the FE exam 3 times. The first time you took it was in 2017. The second time was in 2019. And then the third and last time was in 2021. So throughout all this journey, what's the struggle that you faced with the most?
I was struggling with the basic statics and the structural analysis. Whereas I was fine with the structural design because most of the time it's just finding the formula and inserting it. But I was really struggling a lot with statics, dynamics, the structural analysis, the mechanics of materials, like all that is together. And I was really struggling a lot with that. To be honest, we definitely lose a bit of confidence once we have a failed attempt, right? So I really felt less confident. I was trying to find the good material. Like it was always that search which just went on, but uh, I didn't have any luck with that. And like I didn't know how to have a better approach. It might be because of the lack of resources or like whatever, and you're busy with your job and you don't really have that much time uh, like to come up with, right? So that was the biggest struggle for me, like, yeah.
Yeah. So you struggled finding the right resources that will help you understand those subjects that you struggled with. And then just like doing all the research and not having the right resource also was a waste of time because you were working full time. And then I want to go back to the failure part. So you failed 2 times, and I agree with you. It sucks to fail. So I want to know, how did you come back and how did you overcome failure and how did you kept going and not giving up? Like, how did you kept showing up till you passed your FE?
uh, I really felt I can do that. I know that I didn't want to give up with this test at all. Like, to be honest, I never wanted to give up because when I can solve the problem, when I can do that, the only part missing is my resource. If I have a proper guidance, if I have the right resource, I can understand the concept and I can solve this problem. I always felt that, and it kind of demotivates that, like after a failed attempt, you kind of uh, need to push yourself to get back to the preparation, which takes some time. But I never wanted to give up. I always felt this is the biggest hurdle, and I can cross this. There is something wrong with my approach. I realized that, and I didn't want to stop myself. I just kept going. Whenever I have time, whenever I find time, I try to understand the concept with whatever material I have. I think that probably really helped me. And to be honest, like when I knew about your course, I was like really happy. I really understood probably on day one itself, uh, that yes, this is the right material and if I properly complete the whole course, that is a very big challenge for me. If I'm able to complete the whole course of yours, I think I would be prepared. In one of your videos, you talk about the motivation. So I think the only motivation that I had in me was I can do this. It's not too bad. It's not tough. I can do this. It's just I need to get into the right path. So that kept on pushing me. Like that kept motivating me.
Mm.
Yeah.
I love that. So believing in yourself, believing that you can do this kind of like helped you keep going and not giving up. Why give up if you knew, you can do this one day, you can pass it. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit. I want to go back to, you mentioned that your approach was wrong and you reach out to a couple people to just figure out, what's other ways to do it. Tell us a little bit about like what was wrong about your approach so that students that are watching, maybe they can avoid your mistakes or the mistakes so they don't do the same mistakes. And then when you switch, what was that switch and what was the right approach that kind of helped you pass your FE exam?
Yeah. So like during my masters, like other friends, they have like that's when I got to know about this test. They told that this manual that we have, it's a Michael Lindeberg FE uh, civil review manual.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fat book. So if you blindly prepare the whole book, you're prepared for the test, and you would be fine. You would just pass. And I just started preparing that book, and that is not up to date at the first place, and also it's too tough. The approach, the solution is not user friendly. Like I couldn't understand most of the concepts. That was not fine. I wasn't comfortable. Like even if I complete the whole book, I don't feel confident. Even if I want to test myself by just looking up a few practice questions online, I wouldn't be able to solve them. Then there is no point in taking the test at all, right?
Right.
When you're not confident enough, it makes no sense to just give an attempt, because this test is so important in our career, that going forward, people expect you to become a PE, which has the prerequisite of the CIT. And if you do not know what is happening with a concept, it makes no sense. You just can't depend on your luck, right? Okay, I just attempted. Okay, we do not have any negative marking, and you just randomly select all the questions, and if you pass, no, that doesn't make sense. You need to be confident. You should be able to solve uh, at least 80% of the questions, and that's when you know the probability that you would pass, right? So this happened on and on for me. i
Mm.
just i just didn't know what to go with. For the first two attempts, I just blindly believed in this. I asked my coworker if he could provide me with some better material. Probably he provided with like whatever he had, and that didn't help me either. And then I started reading the textbooks, the structural analysis textbooks, the mechanics of materials, the textbooks, to understand the concepts. Okay, like I should do something different than usual. So maybe like since I know I'm lacking with the basics, I need to probably brush up my basics by reading through the textbooks. I tried even that, but that takes a lot of time. It just keeps
Right.
going. Like you said, you talk about your approach during your FE test. You
Mm-hmm.
said you said the exact same thing, that when I started preparing for this test, the material is like everywhere. It's like everywhere. And do you have that much time to just concentrate on one test by reviewing so much material? And at last you just get lost, right? You don't follow what's happening around you. So that's what happened with me. And later, probably, like before my third attempt, I strongly felt I need to properly do a proper Google search.
Mm.
Okay, what should I do? Like, what is the best material, or what is it? Probably in Quora or probably in Reddit, people post a lot of questions, and whoever knows the answers, they'll try to reply for that. So probably in one of that, one person, he has failed a few times, and then he found your material, and he probably even included the link, probably, or maybe he didn't. I just looked up. I found your website. That was your older website, which was in the blue color.
Mm.
I saw that, and I thought, okay, you had FE bytes and the statics. I definitely know that I definitely need the afternoon part, because that's where you have all the structural analysis, all the main ones. So I thought, okay, let's take up statics. I saw your videos in YouTube. You clearly tell that statics is the basics of engineering, which is absolutely right. At one point, you just forget what was important, right? After
Right.
being away from school for a while,
Yeah.
you just kind of forget what is the important thing and what is not. So I really liked what you said. I gave it a shot for the statics. I completed it, and then when I was ready to, okay, probably you kept updating that afternoon course will be coming up soon. So whatever be it, I thought of purchasing the FE bytes, because that's where I can start off with, right? Rather than waiting long. When I logged in, I was super happy. You had the bundle course. I just I just finished the purchase. I just completed everything in like 5 minutes. I did that, and I was like really happy with the morning and the afternoon. I did all that this year. Like, thank you so much. Really, thank you so much, because now I'm really confident with the basics. I can understand many technical terms, and I was able to solve like most of the questions in my test. I i love it. I mean, I am really confident today. I'm very happy, and this is all because of you. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
thank you, Shravya. I really appreciate it. I'm really happy for you. But you, I mean, the course might have helped you, but also you showed up, you did the work, you studied really hard. And I know that, and you were asking questions and you were very engaging, and it's like you have to put in the work to be able to achieve that. You could have the right course, but if you don't study, you still, not going to pass. And I think because you're so passionate about like, engineering, and you really wanted to learn, like you were honest with yourself, like, hey, I struggle with statics, mechanics of materials, structural analysis, dynamics. Like I need to get these things down and I need to make sure I understand them. So I feel like a little bit with you, it was more about like you wanted to learn these concepts, sure, to pass the FE, but also you wanted to learn them for yourself. And I think that always helps a lot, helps us with the journey and the whole process. I have to say, you went to um, really interesting journey, but I really love your approach because so first you took book, you were like, let me give this a try, and people kept saying that's it, that's the thing that's going to help you pass your FE. And so in your second attempt you still went with it because that's what people kept telling you, and you were like, maybe this might work. But then when you failed, and I really love this part where you were like, that's it, this is not working, it's time for me to find something else. And because I've seen a lot of times where students, they would keep doing the same thing over and over again till they fail like 6 times, and then by the time they have very low self-esteem, financially drained, mentally drained, and it's really hard to get back when you're in that place. And so I think for those students who are watching, make sure that if something is not working, change it, and be honest with yourself and figure something else that might actually help you pass your FE exam, like Shravya did. And your approach in terms of like opening books, that's actually how I studied for my FE, because like there were resources, and and I can see how much that can take a lot of time to like, I mean, I'm surprised you did that. I didn't know you did that. You got like mechanics of materials and you started studying. That might have taken you, you know, a long time to accomplish that. Yeah, you had
Yeah.
quite a journey. Right.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
I'm glad I had the journey, because yeah, that kind of kept me going. It's fine. It
yeah,
happens.
you learned from it.
Yeah, I learned from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you're going to be ready and you're going to know how to tackle the PE.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's dive in a little bit about time management. So a lot of people, when they start studying for the FE, they really start questioning like, how long are they going to be in this journey? How long are they going to be preparing for the FE, right? So let's go to just the last attempt. On your third attempt, you mentioned that you had a time in mind, but you kind of kept scheduling it. When did you decide to take it, and how long did you take to study for it?
In late February, in March, probably, like, I have purchased your bundle course. I have bought that, and within that month, probably in a slow to medium pace, I completed the statics first, since I bought it like last year, and after that, my proper preparation was probably from like mid-April. I can tell it like mid-April.
Mm.
I kept going with that, and a proper 3 month serious preparation is what I did. That really helped me. So if I can do it like probably a month and a half to 2 months for to complete my morning course, and a month and a half for the afternoon course. And when I was probably in the end of my morning course, I I picked up speed. I was I was fast, and within a month I completed my afternoon too.
Oh,
Whereas I need to take technically, with my weakness, technically I'm supposed to take longer for the
right.
afternoon, whereas I was like really fast, because uh, this is the interesting part. I was able to solve the structural analysis questions without even looking at your solution. This is all because of uh, the shear moment and the shear force and the bending moment concepts that you explain in like probably the last topic of the morning course. And I have practiced enough problems with that, and the structural analysis questions are just a bit elongated. The first step is the same. It's just the extended question. So I was actually able to solve myself like most of the questions. If I was stuck, I used to watch your solution anyway. So to answer your question, I took uh, I took a 3 month serious preparation, 3 to 4 month. That's what I can say. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And how many hours did you study like during the week and weekend?
So during the week after work, I used to prepare for a minimum of 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours, and during the weekends, I just used to prepare for the whole day, like 8 hours, 8 hours at a stretch for both the days.
Wow. Okay.
And I didn't felt overwhelming at all,
Okay.
because I feel uh, I feel when you are able to understand the concept and solve the question by yourself, you just want to finish. You just keep looking forward for the next topic, right? You just want to learn something new. So that's what happened with me. I really enjoyed solving like the problems, understanding the concept. I was able to just keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we understand something, we get excited and we get motivated to move on and go
Exactly.
to the next
Yeah.
challenge and see, if we can understand it and then do the same thing. And also it's interesting because what happens is that when we get it, it gives us confidence to keep going and to tackle the
Yeah.
next challenge, and we start
Right.
believing in ourselves more and more. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, now do you feel like you studied more or less compared to your first and second attempt?
I did study more. I was confident. I was confident because I understood the topic. I understood the concept. And I felt I'm prepared enough. That's probably the first time I felt that way.
Mm.
And I was really nervous. Like 2 days before my test, I was really nervous. I started crying, and my husband was like, "No, you have prepared. You are prepared. No matter what happens, just just treat it as a regular one, and solve all the questions you can." So probably in this journey, I should really thank my husband too. His name is Nishant. He's actually playing right now. Yeah. So he was my constant support, like all the time throughout my journey. He kept, encouraging me. He took care of many things, and he just let me study. Don't deviate at all. Don't watch TV. It's not the right time to start watching movies or the series, right? This is a serious journey. I did probably a very limited use of my phone. I didn't watch TV, probably like for fun, maybe a bit, but I didn't kept going. I thought I need to finish this course and make sure that I need to review it again so that it refreshes my memory. It's so important, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I have planned to do.
Shravya, you work full time, right? Correct?
Yes, I
So,
do.
so you work full time. You were studying 3 to 4 hours a day during the week, and during the weekends, 8 hours. Was there any time where you felt like burned out at all?
If I burned, like probably in my first month, maybe I felt a bit,
Okay.
but I didn't continue that feeling. I just wanted to go on with it. It was too much for me. Probably, if I was feeling that way, I would I would want to show up anyway, and probably not complete like 10 videos. Just complete one video for that day, and that's it. If I'm burned out, but later I just kept going because I was really excited and I was looking forward for the new topic to show up.
Yeah.
And probably like halfway through the journey, you start feeling that is what I felt.
Yeah. I think you really, really enjoyed learning the concepts and doing the
Yes, I
problems.
did.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
When you
Yeah,
talk about it, like I can see like the excitement a little bit. And I
yeah.
think when we enjoy the process, when we enjoy something that we're doing, I don't think we don't feel as much like burnout or tiredness, because we're just like we're in it, we're in the journey, and that's why I always tell students like try to enjoy it a little bit, like forget about like passing, forget about the goal, focus on every day and really enjoy learning engineering, and have fun with it. And I think it really changes the whole journey, I guess. Like it's becomes more fun, I guess, the whole experience. So yeah, I really really like that about you, which is really cool. Let's see.
Thank you.
Yes, I want to actually go back to crying. So you mentioned that 2 days before the exam, you just got really nervous. Do you want to tell us a little bit like why did you get nervous? Because like you studied the right material, you've been studying crazy hours, like you were feeling confident, you were nailing the questions, you were doing great work, but yet 2 days before the exam hit you, and like why did you feel that way?
So I wanted to practice questions to get a real time feel of the test. So I started solving. I bought this NCS practice questions, the book.
Mm-hmm.
When I started solving those problems, probably in halfway, I, I'm not I'm not being able to solve them.
Oh.
I it was kind of probably the cold feet, or maybe I was really nervous. I'm not being able to approach it, whereas I know what it is. Like, but I was really nervous. I started crying. I was like, I don't think I can do this. I had that feeling. I just took some time, and later I started uh, reviewing the solutions. When I started reviewing the solutions, I felt, okay, I know this. I just shouldn't panic. I'm prepared. I have I have done as much as I can, and I'm happy with that. I'm satisfied. I just need to treat this as a normal test, not a very super big thing. So like after that, I motivated myself. Obviously, my husband was also supporting me, but after that, uh, so that was like 2 days before the test, and in the a day before the test, I knew what questions, what topics were covered in the practice questions, and then I I started going back to your videos. I watched one example per that topic just to refresh my memory,
Hmm.
because these might be the real time questions, right? It could be. And I felt confident. And also, I wanted to talk about my strategy of how I went through the course. I started writing my own running notes, probably the cheat sheet, all the new concepts, the new formulae, uh, uh, the the formulae which are not in the reference manual. You keep telling in your videos, write it down, and I have prepared a whole book. This is my whole book, and this is my savior. Like, seriously, that was my savior. A day before the test, I have read through my own notes completely, and I have like my notes were all about like little examples of little conversions, or little examples of a few concepts, which is enough for you to brush up your concepts, right? My notes were the best source. And also, I did another thing. For the theoretical concepts for all the topics, I used to pause your video. I used to take screenshots of them, and a day before the test, I just went ahead with all those theoretical concepts. And also, you have the quiz questions also, right? Which so you have another video of walking through the solution as well. I used to take a screenshot of that too. So all this has really helped me a lot with getting through the test. So yeah, probably I just lost your question, but yeah, I yeah, this is what I've been doing.
No, that's great. It's really great that you shared with us that, because I think it's really important. Notes, organizing your notes is really important from the beginning, because, like you mentioned, a couple days before the FE, you kind of want to go through those important concepts, examples, things that you keep forgetting. Like one of the things I had in my cheat sheets is like, don't forget units. Like that one is obvious, and I always tell you guys
Yeah,
to do that. But during the exam, you might stress, like when I took a couple of practice exams, I noticed like I forget about the units, and so I had it everywhere on my notes, big, careful with the units, and then during the exam I was really careful with it. So anything you struggle with, make sure that's added to your notes. I think that's really great strategy you had there. I do want to go back to the practice exam. You said that you did poorly and that kind of affected your confidence, and I'm really glad you shared that with us, because I get a lot of emails from our students when they take a practice exam and they score low. They send us an email, stressed, feeling discouraged, like anxious, might not be able to make this. And your experience was really interesting, because I had a similar experience when I first took the practice exam, and it was the NCS as well. And I couldn't do a lot of them, and I actually scored really low. I don't remember. I think I scored around 50%. And I was really anxious and I got really stressed. But then I knew that I needed to do more practice to be able to get good at it. And that kind of helped me, overcome that stress. And I think, for the students who are watching, don't feel discouraged if you do score low in the practice exam. We had a student who scored 48% and she still passed her FE like the next week. Shravya here, you stressed, you couldn't do it the first practice exam, you still passed the next week. When you took out the solution, you were like, God, I know how to do this. You just freaked out a little bit. And that's why I tell you guys, take the practice exam, because you'd rather freak out at home than freak out during the exam. You don't want to have that experience during the real exam, right? So I'm really glad you took the practice exam. So, and do you feel like, this whole preparation that you did, reviewing your notes, all of this kind of helped you just feel more calm and just feel more confident to tackle the exam, right?
Yeah, and also a day before my test, I have watched one of your video. That was probably the time management. It's probably a 5-minute video. That's the first time I knew that this strategy could be applied. You talked about finding out the easy questions, make a note of the long questions and the difficult questions. That way, you're not missing out the easy questions, and at the same time, you're not wasting your time with the difficult questions. In that scribble sheet, what they give us in the test, I actually made a small table, uh, separating out the difficult questions and the long questions. I actually did that, and that really helped me. And during my test, I remember I flagged probably like very few questions, which really made me happy, which means I was able to solve the rest of them. Like it's just that. So like this is what I did.
Yeah. Okay. And that's it. And that's how you pass UFE. Thank you so much for sharing all of that with us. Now, what's next for you in the engineering journey?
I'm planning to take PE.
Ooh.
So to be honest, I'm just waiting for your course again. when like you mentioned in the Instagram live that it'll be soon. So I'm probably waiting for that, but I need to start preparing for my PE, and this would be my your course would be my first half.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right now, the FE Accelerator afternoon course is going to help you a lot with the morning of the PE, right?
The morning.
Yeah. Awesome.
True.
Okay. Any last words of wisdom you would like to share with the students who are currently trying to pass their FE exam?
I would say, even if you burn out, try showing up like literally every day. Solve at least one problem, or at least read a page or one line of your notes. That way, you don't miss the continuity, you don't feel lost, and you want to finish it. That's what I have done, and that really helped me in my journey. And having your own notes, having your own cheat sheet for each topic is hugely important, because after you have many videos. If we add up all the videos uh, from the morning and afternoon, you have like many videos, and you just can't remember all of them. That's impossible. And that way, uh, you feel less confident. So having your own set of notes is very important. And just trust the course, just trust the journey. That's really important. That way you're happy, you're not burning out, you're not relying on multiple sources, which is just a waste of time. when you have everything at one place, you just want to take it, right? Why do you don't want to take it? It yeah, it makes no sense. And with theoretical concepts, I feel taking screenshots, if you're studying through your computer, I guess most of them do, right?
Right.
So if you're studying through your computer, take a screenshot, or just pause the video, take a screenshot, and review that back before a week before or 2 weeks before your test. That will really brush up all your theoretical concepts, and you would be able to solve probably every single question. So just trust the journey. You can do it. When I could do it, everybody can do it. I know what I am, right? I know how confident I am. So this way everybody can do it. It's not too tough. It's just it probably gets a bit overwhelming after a point of time, but just don't get burnout. You can do it. This is what I can say. All
Thank
the best to everyone.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing all of that. And thank you for taking the time and doing this with me. I really appreciate it. And I really enjoyed talking to you. And congratulations again. Really happy for you.
Thank you so much. I'm very happy. Thank you.
So Shravya had a great strategy when it came to time management and taking notes. And she also focused on one set of material that really helped her pass her FE exam. If you're on your FE journey, you can do this as well, as long as you put in the work, the time, the energy, and the effort, and stay consistent and show up even the day when you don't feel like studying, and it will pay off. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to get more videos like this. And if you are trying to take your FE exam and you're just not sure how to start, make sure to check out the links in the description to resources that will help you and make sure that you start studying the right way. And also check out these 2 videos that I have right here, which will help you with your FE preparation. Now, thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you on the next video. À la prochaine. Oh yeah, everybody now.